Today's hottest music, Hot 103, your boy Henry G here with you on a Sunday afternoon, breaking you off all your favorite Latin hip-hop and oldies right now, though. Truly an honor to be joined by JT of In Too Deep and Latino Velvet. Thanks for joining me. Welcome on a Sunday afternoon.
Man, right on for having me.
Now, you're from Vallejo, California, the 707 V-Town. I'm from San Jose, the Bay Area, definitely in the house. But I never really saw you as just a Latin artist. Of course, you had Back to the Hotel. But I also remember you on the Rompilation, a compilation that Mac Dre put out, you know, along with some of the best artists overall just out in the Bay Area. Talk a little bit about how you were able to come up and make a name for yourself out in the Bay.
I mean, I originally got started in, with In Too Deep. We had Back to the Hotel, the album. It went gold. The single went gold. We got on MTV and all that. So we did real good with that. And then, I'm from Vallejo, California, where D40's from, Mac Dre, Baby Bash, Shelly Sale. So Vallejo's got a lot of artists, that did real good also. So, I was cool with everybody. I came up, along with everybody else in the rap game. And, when Mac Dre had went to prison, he came out. I was one of the first cats. He came, and wanted me to help him get back on his feet. So we created the Rompilation. If you go find the original CD and look inside it, it'll say Project Coordinator JT. I'm the one that kind of like helped him get all the studio time, get all the artists together, get the artwork, run the magazine ads, and, help him with the promotions on it. So Mac Dre been my dude since, he was a young cat.
Now, back in the day when CD sales were still cracking in the Bay Area, there was no section called Bay Area Latin rap or Bay Area Chicano rap. It was just Bay Area hip hop. So you were basically competing for CD sales with, Drew Down, Rappin' Forte, Shelly Cell, Too Short, Spice One. Do you feel like that made you step up and elevate your game?
Exactly. It wasn't like we're competing with, just other Mexican rappers. So we are competing with, E40 and, the Loonies and, Drew Down and artists that the jack us. So it's not really you're competing with other Mexican artists. So we were competing with, big artists that were, that were huge. So we didn't, like for instance, I know me and Bash were always together coming up. So it wasn't until we started going to like other areas and seeing like how we were, that we were labeled as Latin artists and seeing the love that we got. And that's when we kind of created the group Latino Velvet, was off of that, going to, New Mexico, going to Arizona, going to Texas. And then we're seeing all these other Mexican rappers that are like, hearing what we did on some of the In Too Deep albums when me and Bash were doing songs together. And they're like, man, you guys are, so dope together. And that kind of like helped us to create, like I said, Latino Velvet, was from seeing other, Latin artists and hearing what they said and they, really influenced us into creating Latino Velvet.
Henry G here with you on a Sunday afternoon. Special guest JT of Latino Velvet and In Too Deep. We have much more to talk about, including the iconic song Back to the Hotel. First, though, we're going to go ahead and get into a track. Would you mind holding on the line for a minute?
Let's do it.
All right, from Latino Velvet, we got Raza Park with Roger Troutman, or we got What's Going On with Frost. Which one do you want to go ahead and get into?
I like both of the songs. Let's take it to What's Going On with Kid Frost.
For all the fans of Frost and Latino Velvet, go ahead and give us a story behind this one. Let us know how it came together.
This was a song we did we actually recorded this in Vallejo. Frost was out there with us, and he came out for like a week and kicked it, and we worked on a bunch of songs. This right here was just telling you about, it was actually kind of like a Raza Park Part 2, just about good times, people kicking it, chilling, having, out there barbecuing, and just some feel-good music.
More with JT of In Too Deep, Latino Velvet on the way. Here it is. This is What's Going On. Today's hottest music, Hot 103. Today's hottest music, Hot 103. Your boy Henry G here with you on a Sunday afternoon. It's going down with special guest JT of Latino Velvet and In Too Deep. Before we get into the story behind the track Back to the Hotel, what do you want to say to all your fans right here in the 575 that have been down with you since In Too Deep and Back to the Hotel?
Man, just keep supporting what I'm doing. Make sure you go add me on Facebook at facebook.com/JT707, JAYTEE707. And I'm on Instagram, JT707, Twitter, JT707. So add me so we can keep, you can hear what I'm doing. You'll be informed on everything I got going. And, I'll let you see, day-to-day stuff I'm doing, pictures of me and my family, me in the studio, me shooting videos. So just keep tuning in, man, and keep supporting.
Henry G here with you on a Sunday afternoon. Special guest JT of In Too Deep and Latino Velvet. Now, we still got more we're going to talk about. Want to find out if you're still in contact with Baby Bash and Don Cisco. But first, though, let's go ahead and get into the track Back to the Hotel. Go ahead, give us the story behind it, and let us know when you realized that you had something special with this song.
We first recorded it. I've told this story. I got a YouTube little interview on myself on there where you hear the long version of the story, but the quick version is we recorded it, and it was one of like 4 songs we had on a little demo that we were shopping around the labels. Eventually, Profile Records got a hold of it, and they really liked it, so they signed us to a record deal. We finished up the album, we put it out, and so the whole album came out, and nothing happened for like 2 months. So we kind of we made a few dollars, and we was like, okay, well, we put out a record. We're on the same record label as Run DMC, so that was something we accomplished. Something at least we put a record out. We're in the stores. So after a couple of months, nothing was happening, and then one of the radio stations in the Bay Area got a hold of it on a fluke. They started playing it. We did an interview like the next day on the station, and it was just like, boom, it was on. Right after that, like the other Bay Area stations started playing it. Sacramento jumped on it, LA, and it just kept going. And we was like on a 2-3 year run and just doing shows, and records was selling, and everything was beautiful.
Go ahead and introduce it for everyone listening live online at hot103.fm and everyone bumping it right here in Las Cruces on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Hard knock. Could it be? I just got a page and the broad wanted to do me. Hooked it up, told her meet me at the hotel. She had a friend with her, so I called TL. What it do, Las Cruces?
In Too Deep, back to the hotel on a Sunday afternoon. Today's hottest music, Hot 103. Today's hottest music, Hot 103. Henry G here with you on a Sunday afternoon. Special guest JT of In Too Deep and Latino Velvet. Now, of course, Baby Bash ended up leaving Vallejo, relocated out to Houston, became a part of the Dope House family, and then blew up as a solo artist. Don Cisco still on his grind, doing his thing. How often are you guys in touch? Do you still keep in contact?
Man, actually, Ash's father just passed away last week, so we were at the funeral actually like on Saturday, and Don Cisco showed up. So that was the first time in probably like a few years that all us 3 were together. So we talked about what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some new stuff. Bash is actually in town, but he moved to Houston, but he's in the Bay Area right now, so he's gonna come over in a couple of days, and Cisco was supposed to come down and knock out a few songs. So we'll see how it turns out.
So what are you currently working on, and what can listeners and fans expect from JT in 2013 and beyond?
Right now I'm finishing up my new album. It's called JT, The Game is Cold. I just put out a video a couple weeks ago called From the First Day, which is like a dedication to my boy Joe Battle, who passed away. A lot of you that's been following me know the story. Him and his wife on a motorcycle like 2 years ago, and they crashed, and they both died, left 2 kids. So I've been, I kind of like took about a year and a half off just to, regroup, and, his kids, I kind of like took them on and been right there doing what, everything I could for the kids. So it was actually me and Bash's, and my boy Joe Battle, who died, his rap name was Lofty. But that we were all like the 3, best friends from when we were little. So his passing really it hurt me and Bash real bad. So we've been dealing with that, but I'm back. I'm back recovered after that. I got my new album, The Game is Cold, coming out. Me and Bash just put out an album called Baby Bash and JT, the MSU. We got a bunch of videos that I shot for that album on YouTube. I got another one that Bash did with Paul Wall called Buddha Love. Finishing that video up. I just shot one actually with the Stewie Brothers off a song they did off that album. So I'm just staying busy, man. I've been shooting a lot of videos, and I've been directing them and editing them. So my company's called The Digital Dynasty. So you see that Digital Dynasty logo on it, that's me.
Henry G here with you on the Sunday afternoon. Special guest JT of Latino Velvet, In Too Deep. We'll come back and wrap things up. First, though, let's go ahead and get into your brand new single, Getaway. Go ahead and introduce it for everyone right here in the 575.
This song right here is a little radio single that me and my boy Jay Minnick from Vallejo did. It's a dedication for them women out there going through a rough relationship. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice on what you need to do to get up out of it. It's called Getaway. Be looking for the video coming out real soon.
JT, brand new single, Getaway. Today's hottest music, Hot 103. Today's hottest music, Hot 103. Henry G here with you on a Sunday afternoon. It's going down. Special guest JT of Latino Velvet and In Too Deep. Now, with everything that you've been able to accomplish in the industry, what are you personally most proud of?
I definitely love, that I was one of the first, artists out of my city to get a gold record with the In Too Deep album. And then, 10 years later, I came back and got another gold record for being on Bash's Smoke and Nephew album. So, I got a couple gold records and, my single went gold and we had a song placed on one of the MTV soundtracks that gold. So just, my studio looks real nice, having a few gold records up there. And, I'm just happy. I'm really just happy to be doing it. And when the people hit me on Facebook or send me a message telling me that I'm like the one that, influenced them to rap, or telling me how my songs, a lot of times I get a lot of emails where, man, when I was in prison, I would listen to, your song Holding On or My Life or, one of these songs and your lyrics, really inspired me and kept me going because, we both had the same struggle. I rap a lot about, my life and real stories. I don't put no extra on it. If I'm struggling, I'm a rap about it. If the times is tough, I'm a rap about it. So I think that people can, feel what I'm talking about because I keep it 1,000% real.
And then what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in the music industry from the time you were starting out with In Too Deep up until now?
I would say probably just that back then, there wasn't so many people doing it because you had to really pay for studio time. You had to, you couldn't just do it in your house like you can now. So now everybody has a studio. But back then, you had to actually, we would actually take all of our, every studio session. We used to, from Vallejo to San Francisco, which is like an hour drive, we had to load up the keyboards, the sound modules, take them to the studio. You got to take everything, out the car, up the steps, into the studio, set it up. So you're taking like 2 hours just setting your studio up so you could dump all the sounds in. So it was like a big, big process, to record your song. So it wasn't like, and you're paying for, you're at a big studio paying for this stuff. So, you had to really be 100% into it, because it's going to cost you. It ain't like now you can just, go to your friend's house and do 20 songs for free. So back then it was like all the people that were really, really dedicated were the ones that were doing it. So that's why, I think back then, there was so many people that did really good out of Vallejo, like the list of names I gave you earlier, because we're all, 100% dedicated and, we were taking our time with it, making it sound good because there was money involved in it.
And then lastly, before we go ahead and get into Raza Park, what do you want to say to everyone here in Las Cruces going through their daily struggles, but at the same time aspiring to reach their goals and their dreams?
Man, just keep at it. Don't listen to nobody that's trying to tell you ain't, you can't make it because most likely you're just a hater that they don't even want to see you make it, even if you could make it. So just keep following your dreams, man. I mean, we, all these people from Vallejo, like I've been telling you, we had no idea that there was any possibility to be successful in music. And, I know 20 people from Vallejo that made it in music and still, do that as their main job. And I'm one of them. So just, follow your dreams and, you can do anything. So if music is what you want to do, just stay focused. The biggest thing I could say, as far as the music is, don't follow like trends and don't try to be like that person that's hot right now because, once they're not hot no more, you're going to be looking for a style because you stole someone else's. So just, do your own style, rap about what you really got going on. Don't make up these stories that you're a big gangster if you're really not, or that you're a millionaire if you're really broke. Just keep it real and people will be able to feel that, so your music will come off so much more powerful if you're telling a real story.
JT of In Too Deep, want to thank you for being a part of On a Sunday Afternoon. Truly an honor to have you on the show.
Right on, Henry G, man. Appreciate it. New Mexico.
Latino Velvet, Roger Troutman. This is Raza Park on a Sunday afternoon. Hot 103, today's hottest music.